Hey guys, how you doing today? It's your girl, Miss Debs. I normally don't come up here on a Sunday, but I felt a need to come up today because we're all going through something out here in the world today. And it's to the point that a lot of us as I say, as in people, we're going through things, we're crying out, and you ask yourself, am I listening? Because I can relate in so many ways, because I don't know how I would have made it without God. With that being said, thank you, Father God, for waking me up this morning, for waking me up in my right mind, for clothing me, for giving me a roof over my head, food to eat, for having unity with my family. I always say, because without God, there could be no me, no you, no us. And how could I go through my day without praising? But I just felt the need to come up here today to talk about people. We're going through things, and we just sometimes just need a shoulder to lay our head on, or a listening ear to hear our problems and what we're going through, and we don't need it to be spread it all over the universe. And we just need a helping hand sometimes. So I'm saying that to say this. Going back to when I was a young mother, I had my children. I have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. And I was working so hard at one time. My marriage was, dissolved. And I was working so hard at one time that I was working from Sunday to Monday. And my daughter was my caregiver. She was my babysitter. So I felt bad, and I felt like I felt guilty, because I felt that here I have this young girl. She should be living her life outside, having fun with her friends, which she had times to go with her friends and have fun, but it's for the times that she babysitted while I was working, to try to keep a roof over our head. I felt guilty about that. So me, in turn, my only way, because I lost that time because I was working so hard that I can never get back again. But when I would get off work, I would take them to places like Chuck E. Cheese, the movies, take them out to dinner. I would have a date night with each one individually. Then we'll come together and we'll all go out to dinner and just have fun times, arcades, whatever. But I still felt guilty. I carried that shame and that burden, because what me and her father, my ex-husband, created, it wasn't, I thought, her responsibility to have to take on that of being like a surrogate mother to my 2 little boys. So that's why now I try to help her out so much with her 2 daughters. But just saying, like, as family, and in life, sometime when you're dealing with your family, you make decisions that you have to make at that given time, because you're doing things in life and you have to progress, and you have to pay your bills. That's a must. That's a given. You have to pay your rent. You have to have toiletries and food in the house. So I just thank God for how he got me through that. And I'm saying that to say this. I felt like now, since I'm not working, I've been out of work. It'll be a year in July when I have my knee surgery. It will be actually a year. So I don't know if some of you know, I had to give my resignation to my job. I felt it was only right. And I went up there and I hand delivered my certified letters to them, notarized letters to them, because I was with them for almost 20 years, and I felt like, I think it would have been so informal to just send a letter by postal or whatever, and not go up there and tell them, I appreciate you having me for almost 20 years, 2 decades almost. And, we had good times and we had bad times with any job, but they were, genuinely good people. And I just wanted to leave on that note, because I felt it was my prerogative, in a sense, it was my thing to go up there and tell them, let me do this the right way. Let me just say, to sever our ties and say I'm moving on because of health issues. I can't work any longer. And, that's the way I did it. And I felt good to do it that way, because that's the way I would want to leave that door, But I thank God for my family and my seeds and my friends. My best friend, Kathy, she means the world to me. We have been through things back and forth, and throughout our lives, it's almost like a 30-year relationship. And she's just been my rock. So I have been out of work, like I said, for almost, it'll be a year in July. And I haven't received any income, besides my temporary disability, which ran out last year, almost 6 months ago. But God is making a way for me. Like, I'm so grateful. Can you understand where I'm coming? I'm so grateful. I still have a roof over my head. I have food in my cupboards and my refrigerator. And my bills, they're getting paid. The ones I can pay. I call up the bill collectors. I'm just keeping it real. It is what it is. But I'm telling you this because we all, as people, we go through things. And in life, sometimes they say you don't choose the path that you go down, but sometimes we do have a footing in walking down that path, because sometimes we might not choose the right mate, or we might not choose the right job, or we might not do things that we know. It's like you see that warning sign, and sometimes we just want to do what we want to do. And we feel like this is what I want, this is what I need, and I'm going to go for it, and it is what it is. But then sometimes we have to pay the price for that. So I'm just thanking God that I have my children. I don't know what I would do without them. And as a mother, you don't want to depend on your children, because it should be the other way around, right? But my boss used to always tell me, my ex-boss, he used to say, you spoil those children so much. You give them so much. But now look at it. The shoe is on the other foot. Sorry for that. I just thank God that obviously I did something right as far as raising them, because now they are taking care of their mom. And it's just a beautiful thing that I do have them, because without them right now, I truly don't know, without the grace of God, how I would make it. You have people out here that's working a 9 to 5 and they're killing themselves. And I feel like now I get it. I always say, being that God sat me down, now I'm able to collect my thoughts. I'm able to see the broader horizon. I'm able to get those blinders off, them scales off my eyes. And I'm able to see how much I missed and how much I lost. I mean, yeah, I tried to make it up to my children and do things with them. But as a single mother, I had to do what I had to do. And I can't take that back. Only thing I can do is move forward. But I thank God for always being in my path. I thank him for some of the decisions that I made that I know wasn't right, that he still loved me enough to carry me and get me through those situations. And I'm just so grateful for him that I see people, like I said, working 9 to 5. And some of them working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. And it's like you're beating yourself up. And I'm getting to that, because that's what happened to me. Like, my body is so off its course now, because I was working them jobs and I was doing everything and I wasn't taking care of Deborah, So now I'm reaping the repercussions from it, right? So I just want to tell you, you never know what a person is going through. You look at someone, they're smiling on the inside, and then on the outside, and then the inside they're hurting like hell, because they don't see a way out. So it took God to sit me down and say, okay, enough, my child. You have done what you can do for now. You have to tend to self. But we have people out here that's crying out, like they're working all these hours, and it takes a toll on your body. True. I mean, it's a given. In today's society, prices, inflation, everything has gone up, from gas to rent to food, healthcare, and we have to work. We have to work. But I was so kind of like depressed when I first stopped working, because I was so used to working. I was so used to doing my thing and having my own. If I wanted to get in my car and go shopping and spend whatever, I had it to do. But I don't have that now. But it's okay, because that's not what it's about. It's about sitting down sometime, getting into your quiet spot, and just thinking about your life. And sometimes you gotta rehash your life and look at things that you've done and said, and how you acted upon things and how you responded to things. And you have to thank God that he saw you through it. So I'm here to say, I see his work in my life, and I see how good God has been to me, and how he has helped me through situations. I know if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have made it through. I wouldn't have. for people to come out the woodworks and help me out and do things for me, and my kids to be by my side. That's a blessing. I don't take that lightly, because I could have been the type of person that was so messed up and did people's, I'm not a saint, but people wouldn't even have wanted to be there for me. You understand what I'm saying? I just want to tell you guys about his wondrous work. God is awesome. I only want to validate my goodness and my worth to God, because the world can't save my soul. YouTube can't save my soul. A lot of us, we're fighting that mighty dollar, and we do need money to survive, but it's not my everything. And he had to sit me down and show me that, because without him I'm nothing, and without him I can't make it from one minute to the next. So I just want to tell you guys to be encouraged. And when you see someone going through something, like people they're silently screaming for help, and it's like no one is listening. Like a lot of us is a paycheck away from being homeless, whether we want to admit it or not. I was literally, I would have bank accounts every once in a while, but I was literally living from paycheck to paycheck, because I can't blame nobody but myself, because I was a shopaholic. That was me. I was a shopaholic, and I admit that. Like admitting you were on drugs and you were alcoholic, or gambling all the time, whatever your addiction was. I was a shopaholic. And I realized, I look around me, and a lot of these things I didn't even need, but I wanted that instant gratification, because I saw it, I liked it, I conquered it, I brought it, I wanted it. But that's not important to me now. What's important to me is getting my soul right and letting my children see me in a light where they can say, wow, mom is really changing. Like she's really, and maybe they will want to follow and pursue. A child, you lead as you want your child to follow, right? So I just want to tell you, be a listening ear to someone, be a shoulder for someone to cry on, smile at someone, say some kind words, because life is so short and it's so fragile. And you have people out here that's not knowing where their next meal is coming from. Some people, like I said, working 7 days a week, and they still just barely getting by, and they still in a hole with bills, credit card debts, whatever. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people that's around you. I believe God put us here, and he wants us to be that listening ear to someone. He wants someone to tell their testimony, so someone can feed off of it and be like, wow, you never know what a person is going through. And I feel that way sometimes, and I'm going through things, and sometimes I don't know how to handle it. What worked for me was God. Like I said, I'd never throw it down anybody's throat. The choice is yours. I know if it wasn't for him right now in my life, Deborah don't know what she would be doing. But I thank him for being there through all my trials and tribulations, for my good times, for my bad times. I even thank him for letting me go through the bad, because if I wouldn't have went through the bad, I wouldn't know how to accept the good when it came along. I wouldn't know how to be in a place where I feel like, okay, I get it now. Like I'm learning from this. I'm learning from this journey that I'm on right now. Just be encouraged, guys. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up, no matter how it seems. If one door closes, you best believe if God is in your life and you have faith in him, he says faith the size of a mustard seed. If you believe it, he will achieve it. There's nothing he can't do for you. Sometimes you just got to surrender it all to him. And that's what I'm doing right now. I just feel like he's so worthy. I just have to acknowledge him. I just have to, because I don't know what path I would have took, especially being here now and, not having what I'm used to having, but I'm blessed. Can you hear what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I thank him with no goodness of my own, but just to be obedient. I'm learning new things every day about myself, and I'm loving God more and more each day. It's a love that I can't even comprehend. You have to walk it to feel it. Your walk will be different than my walk. But I'm willing to give my life to him and surrender it all to him, because I know I can't do it without him. And I thank him for choosing me. God bless you. Be strong and stay in the faith.